Thank you.
Tell me when we're recording. Okay, good. I just see it came up. All right, thank you. Welcome everybody to the meeting of Monday, April 5th, 2021 of the Metro Human Relations Commission. We have a quorum. First up, we need to get a motion and a second to conduct the meeting by electronic means. Can I get such a motion?
I'll do that. This is Linda Robinson.
Second. Oh, sorry.
I move that the items on the meeting agenda constitute essential business of this board. Meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans, considering the COVID-19 outbreak, and any rule that conflicts with the governor's executive order permitting electronic meetings be suspended.
This is Commissioner Dash with a very eager, quick second. And sorry for interrupting you, Commissioner.
Okay, we have a proper motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? I think we have to do a call. So,
I'm
Mel,
happy to do that.
You want to handle that?
Yes, I'm happy to do that for you, Chair Richmond. Okay, Commissioner Tran,
Aye.
Commissioner Yazbek,
Aye.
Commissioner Tucker,
Aye.
Commissioner Pryor,
Aye.
Commissioner Vennick, Commissioner Mohammed,
Aye.
Commissioner Rodriguez,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Pretorius,
Aye.
Chair Richmond,
Aye.
and Commissioner Dash. Oh, you seconded. And Commissioner Robinson.
Aye.
Great. With everyone voting aye unanimously, the motion's passed.
All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Next up, review of the minutes. I know they were sent. I hope everybody had a chance to look at them. We'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Commissioner Tucker, I'll offer a motion for the approval of the minutes.
Commissioner Robinson, I approve. I second.
Is there a motion? I'm not hearing anything.
There was a motion by Commissioner Tucker and a second by Commissioner Robinson.
Okay, I heard a motion for a second. Was that Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Okay, good. Is there any discussion? Does anybody have any changes they wish to them?
This is Commissioner Rodriguez. I noted that the minutes said that the director's report will be appended to and published with the minute.
Not hearing anything. Well, if not, then we can proceed to vote. I guess, is this a roll call too? I can never remember.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
We hear you.
Okay. Can hear you, yeah. Okay, I think Marissa was the only one that couldn't hear me, but the minute said that the director's report will be appended to and published with the meeting minutes, but I didn't get a copy of the director's report in the email. So I don't know if that was an oversight or just wanted to make that clarification.
This is Director Fowler Green. No, there was no written director's report last month.
Okay, So we might want to correct that in the minutes, or I don't know how do we want to show that, but anyway,
Yes, thank you.
thank you.
I can hear you.
Marissa, Chair Richmond, you may want to turn off your video to save some.
This is Don Trey with ITS. It appears Ms. Richmond's bandwidth is very, very low. I'm not sure if anyone else can see her screen. It appears to be kind of very blurry compared to everyone else. So she may be having some connectivity issues. That's why she's not able to hear.
Tell you what, let me log off and I'll come back on. Let me try again. Hold on.
In the interim, Vice Chair Tucker, are you okay with me proceeding with the roll call vote for the approval of the minutes?
If that's proper, yes, Mel, go ahead.
I think it's proper with your coming vice to the chair while we're waiting for Chair Richmond to rejoin.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, great. And if I remember correctly, we did have a motion and a second, and with the amendment. Commissioner Tucker, it was your motion, if I remember correctly. And I'm really not that great on Robert's rules.
Linda Robinson seconded.
That's right. But if you're okay with the friendly amendment.
I don't have any objection.
Great. So on the motion approval of the minutes with the amendment, Commissioner Tran,
Aye.
Commissioner Yesbeck,
Aye.
Vice Chair Tucker,
Aye.
Commissioner Pryor,
Aye.
Commissioner Venick,
Aye.
Commissioner Mohammed,
Aye.
Commissioner Rodriguez,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Pretorius,
Aye.
Commissioner Robinson,
Aye.
Commissioner Abu Fazli,
Aye.
Commissioner Dash.
Aye.
Okay, and with that, the motion passes, minutes are approved. And with your permission, Vice Chair Tucker, I'll just address the financials very quickly, which is next on the agenda. Hold on, let me pull them up. I meant to have them open. So the budget report, we are definitely on task to stay within budget, even given the additional costs that we had for the Just Conversations project. We were able to take what would have otherwise been spent in some of our live events and divert that to the book reading project so we could get those nice slick videos, and to provide stipends for community participants who played an important role in putting that together. The budget for next fiscal year has not yet, or the proposed budget from the mayor's office isn't out yet. But I have had a meeting with finance and people from the mayor's office. So I believe that we'll be seeing that proposed budget later this month. If there are any questions about the financial report, I'm happy to answer them.
Mayor, this is David Tucker. Jim Cooper said that the estimate of the COVID/CARES Act monies that Nashville would get would equal $276 million. And are you aware of that? And do you know what that's going to be allocated for? And is there an opportunity for the commission to actually benefit from any of that?
I have an answer for you, but I am happy to follow up pretty quickly. I know Mary Falls from the mayor's office, our liaison, is here. And I'll follow up with her for advice on how to get that information for you and to get it quickly.
Well, I guess I could ask then if Ms. Falls could maybe update us as it relates to that.
Oh. I'm happy. I don't necessarily, I know that she's going to have to get off this call quickly. She let me know in advance that she had a conflict. But I'm happy to follow up with her first thing in the morning and see who the appropriate person might be to come and talk to us. And if necessary, we can even call a special meeting.
Thanks, Mayor.
Is there, hold on. Dontre, I think we have another caller, Lethea Mann, who is in the attendee list that needs to be promoted to a panelist.
All right, when people only are calling in, they won't be able to be promoted to panelists, but I did just unmute her so she can speak whenever she needs to.
Commissioner Mann, are you there?
Let's see here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, and I just figured out how to get on. I am joining now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Chair Richmond, are you back with us? Oh, and Lethea, you might want to, yeah, there you go. Vice Chair Tucker, if you, oh, here's Chair Richmond coming in now. It seems like we've done this so many times. Every time it's a comedy of errors.
I was wondering if we could, if the commission can do something about that connection.
That's a
problems at the moment would seem like an easier fix.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, like there's a couple things that come to mind because this is a sustaining problem.
Yeah. I'm not sure for how much longer we will be having remote meetings. That depends on the governor's executive order. I believe it's set to expire later this month. So if that's not, if he doesn't update that, we may have to start talking about how we're going to conduct meetings. But I agree with you. If we're going to continue having remote meetings, I'll do what I can to help Chair Richmond get best access.
I'm back.
Oh, great, thank you. We're just about to go into old business. If you would like me to just jump in, Chair, I'm happy to do that.
Yes, yes, please. Go ahead. Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Okay, we're definitely glad to have you back. As you may recall, there was a Consumer Protection Initiative grant that was initially in the mayor's office, a grant from the Cities for Financial Empowerment Fund. And it was to support this consumer protection initiative here in Nashville, but also they were supporting similar grants in several other cities across Tennessee. So sort of this larger focus too on data collection and how we improve consumer financial protection statewide. That grant has now been transferred to our office. There's remaining grant funds, just under $70,000. The transfer was approved by Metro Council last month, and those funds will provide me the opportunity to employ a consumer protection fellow for the remainder of the year to take the lead on that initiative. And I'm really excited to say that I have identified a really stellar applicant, and they've agreed to do it. I don't want to announce yet until we have an actual contract. But I'm super thrilled. I got a great person who well known generally in the community, and I couldn't ask for a more competent person to lead this. So I'm hoping that by June, we will be able to have some public announcement about the initiative and its goals, and to get some more community engagement around it. If any of you are like, I know I shared this quite a while ago with you, but if any of you are interested, I can resend the memo describing the project and what the goals are for the rest of the year.
Yes, Mayor, please do.
Okay, great. And if it's something that you have a particular interest in, I'd love to talk to, commissioners individually about the initiative and how you all can help spread the word in your respective communities. Commissioner Abel-Fazli?
I just want to say, yes, I'm interested and here to support. I was just saying, like, yes, I'm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all. Trying to be efficient, being less efficient by being efficient.
You were doing the 2 raised hands, and the computer only lets you do the 1. Well, thank you.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, and then, well, if there's nobody else, then I guess, Mel, you want to move on to the equity lens advocacy?
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to give, if you just give me one moment to pull up this email. So I'm very excited, following up from the policy recommendation that you all made last year and re-urged earlier this year regarding the use of an equity lens and equity metrics in performance management and in the budget process. I had a great meeting with the mayor's office. There was a lot of enthusiasm about the idea and a commitment to doing that. So I heard from Diego Aguirre in the mayor's office, who's the head of the performance management team, that they're going to, working with us, identify other stakeholders outside of this table and in the mayor's office that we should perhaps bring to the table to brainstorm in designing what those equity metrics might look like, and starting to talk out like initial benchmarks, looking at materials from other cities, what's been successfully implemented in other parts of the country. And I'm really excited. I think this is a significant opportunity to build, to really operationalize some equity goals within performance management and budget and resource allocation. So I think there was a comment during last meeting that perhaps an ad hoc committee of the commission might be a useful path forward, or at the very least, I think, Chair, having a commissioner volunteer to sort of take the lead in participating in those conversations. It doesn't necessarily mean that others can't participate. But having at least one commissioner committed to the project would be really helpful.
Melody, I'd like to be that person, in that I've been an advocate for this for years, and I'll do it.
Can some of us just be around y'all as you do it? I really want to know how this goes down.
Yeah, I think, it gets a little complicated if there are multiple people in conversations, with regard.
No, I don't need to be, I don't need to be in the
open
conversation.
meetings.
No, I don't need to be in the, I just want to help in the background, like review things, give ideas for indicators, whatever it might be, that kind of background stuff, not the front stuff.
Oh, well, that's a great idea. If you can volunteer yourself to, do some of the research and thinking out, what are the indicators? How would it actually work? I would really love to have your input on that.
Yeah, that's what I'd be happy to do that.
And not to put.
When you talked about others being involved, what was your thought process there?
Well, if there were, if you're interested in being part of the conversation, I also think there could be an ad hoc committee, commission that meets and talks about sort of where we're at on this. And we can do that and satisfy open record or the open meetings or sunshine law. But if it's meetings with a whole bunch of, with other stakeholders, that if there's more than 2 of you in those meetings, that becomes a problem. You following me?
I do. I'm going to volunteer to, if it's needed for reading, editing, input, that kind of stuff as well.
Well, great. I also think that, and most of you will be good at this, but I'm looking right at you, Commissioner Robinson. Being able to communicate with other stakeholders, right? Other organizations and groups that you're already involved with, helping to bring them to the table and get some, right, to sort of help us with that kind of community engagement.
Oh,
That's
sure.
really great.
But whatever role, I just want to be involved. Whatever role you need for me to play, I'm in.
Great, thank you. And I know Commissioner Vanek, you too are involved with community organizations, advocacy folks who are very interested in this issue, particularly the folks around the table at A Voice for the Reduction of Poverty.
Sure, happy to join in whatever way is appropriate.
Thank you.
And Mel, I have no problem if there's someone else better suited than I to represent the commission to take that position.
No, I think I absolutely happy to have, and I think that there's a role for all of us. I mean, this is a big project, and I'm really excited to be able to lend support and policy guidance to the mayor's office on this, because this is long lasting. This will hopefully outlast us.
Okay, are there any other questions or comments on the equity lens? Anybody else want to jump in and
I feel like that's a really great group of folks. I mean, you're all great. Don't get me wrong. I don't have, I love you all. But yeah, I think it's a really great representation. So I appreciate it.
I just want to say that if this wasn't my last meeting of my second term with y'all, I would have wanted to be on. And that is an awesome group.
Well, and Commissioner Pryor, your rolling off doesn't necessarily foreclose your participation either. So if this is something that, you're interested in continuing to be a part of the conversation, happy to include you too.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Thanks, Mel.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's nothing else, we can then move on to the director's report.
Great. Thank you. I do want to start my director's report, sort of a slightly personal note. Many of you are aware that I had a death in the family a couple weeks ago. I was out for most of March caring for my father-in-law prior to his passing. And that being said, I want to thank everybody for kind words and support and checking on me, but not checking on me so much that I was driven crazy. So I really appreciate everything. But I do also want to note that because I was out for most of March, my director's report's a little slim. But it did not prevent me in my office and my team certainly from continuing our good work. First thing is, I'm excited to say that we're going to be able to hire a new policy and research specialist. I put out the job notice last month, and we have a good crop of candidates. To be honest, we have like 10 or 12 that are really, really great. So we will start the interviewing process this month, and I'm hoping within the next month to 5 or 6 weeks, we'll get to introduce a new policy and research specialist. Our office has also done several trainings and workshops this past month. I'll send more information about each of those in an actual written report this month. I can commit to that. I know that our community engagement lead, Barbara Gunlardi, Barbara did several significant trainings. I also did a 2-part workshop. Our office did it in collaboration with the Tennessee Fair Housing Council. It was fair housing in Nashville, history and future of. And the first one was in March. The second one was last Thursday on April 1st to usher in Fair Housing Month. I'm going to send out tomorrow links to those 2 workshops. Are each an hour and a half long. And if you weren't able to join us, I really encourage you to watch them. We got some great feedback. I was really pleased with the number of people who showed up and the significant interest in fair housing. And it was a real pleasure to do the workshop with Patricia at the Fair Housing Council, who actually interned in our office as Patricia Bell. She interned in our office and was really integral in helping put together our 3-part written series on affordable and fair housing. And so it's exciting to be able to do that work with her in her now professional job working at the Fair Housing Council. And really, that's the bulk of my director's report for the month of March.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or comments? No? This is going to be a pretty short meeting, it's looking like. We're already up to announcements.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah. Well, if there are no other questions, I see I know we're losing several members because of term limits. I guess, Mel, did you want to get us started on that?
I do.
And acknowledging the...
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm always sad to see people leave our table. And I think it's even a little more hard now not being able to be together. I know that, you know, sort of the send-offs that this table has given commissioners in my time here has just always been so heartfelt, and I appreciate that. So, Commissioner Pryor, Aaron, as you said, you are rolling off. Commissioner Pretorius Quibby, and Asser Miller, Commissioner Ali, Summer Ali. and our former chair, Janice Rodriguez. So that's a lot of you. And I might add a lot of you who I have built, to me, like meaningful personal relationship with. Not, obviously professional, but I've certainly leaned on you all quite a bit. Many of you served on the executive board, or have been a solid sounding board for me, even without a title, which I also really deeply appreciate. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your service to Nashville, and for all of your support. And, we live in community together. So I hope that that we're going to be able to continue working together on projects, and to continue to be in community together. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I just would like to add, what a pleasure it's been to work with all of you who are leaving us. We're representative, I think, of not just the diversity of Nashville, but the strength of Nashville. And each of you has brought your expertise, your knowledge, your passion, I think, to help make Nashville a better place. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your service. And of course, I look forward to seeing you at various things, even if you'll no longer be part of this commission. And I look forward to continue finding ways of working with you. Does anybody have any other? Well, actually, do any of you who are leaving, did you have anything you wish to say?
I would, if that's okay. Mel, is that all right?
Please.
Thanks, Marissa. I just want to say, in a way that is, probably different for others. I was new to the Nashville community. I've been almost here 10 years. Mel got in touch with me, and I think through however we, do our weaning process and the mayor's office and stuff. Anyways, I just want to say this has been one of the great joys and honors and privileges of my my life here in Nashville, but also my professional, being able to merge some of my sort of like professional passions with feeling like I'm getting connected to the community. Mel, you really took me under your wing at the start, because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm so excited to do this, and so I want to thank you for that. When you were saying a personal relationship, I feel that way, personal, professional, but I feel that way, and I just want to say, I know you were sort of new, more months than me, but when you took me on and brought me in, and I just really appreciated the way in which I felt welcome, and it's just really been, I can't even say how wonderful it's been to meet and work with all of you. I'm so blown away and impressed by our city and by the commitments of everyone on this commission, but also how widespread you all are. I genuinely would be able to keep in touch with people outside of this, and to be able to support this commission and any work that's being done moving forward. It's one of the things that has probably made me, even though I'm not always around in Nashville, but has made me feel tethered to the place and even more committed. And so I don't mean to keep rambling, just lots of love and appreciation, and a true honor. So thanks for the beautiful opportunity. And I'm going to miss a lot of you, genuinely. So keep in touch, please.
I would like to say just thank you all. I know that you're in great hands, and the work will go on, and we're those of us who are rolling off are not going anywhere, so we're here for you. Just continue the good fight. I appreciate you all. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah, and likewise, I just wanted to say when I look around and I see who's going to be on the board and all the new blood, I just get really excited because I know that there are a bunch of trailblazers exactly the work continues and I think we're at an inflection point in this city. I truly do, and I'm just really grateful that MHRC is there to take the lead and take the charge and to help the city chart new territory. And as all has been said, you know, we're not going anywhere. We still live here. We're a phone call away. We know how the commission works. I hope we'll be able to attend some meetings as from the public. And also in this new venture that I'm on, Project Unity and American Democracy at Vanderbilt, and with millions of conversations, I hope you all know that the door is open for partnership, and I'm looking forward to figuring out ways that we can do that moving forward. Mwah.
Hi, it is Quibby, Commissioner Pretorius. I also love my time on the commission, and what I take away from my time on the commission is just how much I love Nashville and everything that you guys do for this community, and just to have seen the behind the scenes of what goes on and all the care for just everybody who needs help in town. It's been amazing to learn more. And every time I see one of you pop up in the news, I'm so proud that I was on the commission with you all. I saw this month Commissioner Richmond in the Tennessean, and then I was on a Zoom call, and Summer Ali popped up to talk about her millions of conversations, and that just makes me proud. And so you guys are incredible. So thank you, and I loved it.
Thank you to each and every one. I didn't see Oscar Miller. He's not here. I think this is his last meeting too, but is Dr. Miller here? No. Well, thank you to each and every one of you. Does anybody else have any other announcements? So long as that before, as long as Commissioner Pretorius mentioned it, I did have an editorial that was in the Tennessean. It was published online on Wednesday, and then it was actually in the hard copy of the paper this Sunday. And just let you know, I've been working, with legislators on this whole this plethora of anti-transgender bills that have been coming through. And and Brenda Gadd, many of you know her. She and I co-wrote that editorial together. So that's what, if you missed it, that's what Commissioner Pretorius was talking about. Anybody else? Any other announcements?
Commissioner Chair Richmond, this is Barbara Galante, and I actually do have an announcement. Something
Please,
very
go ahead.
Troubling. I think a couple of meetings ago, Commissioner Tucker mentioned that his son had purchased a car, and the concern that he had, because I think the tags had not been updated yet. Is that correct, Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
And the concern about the fact that you have a young black man in a nice car driving with expired tags. And I want to briefly share the experience, just to kind of put in the space that the work that you as commissioners do is quite essential. And it's it's your lived experience, those of the community, and that of the staff. And very briefly, I had what I would consider a Sandra Bland moment, and it's really affecting me. Shortly, I over this past Easter holiday was moving my daughters back to campus, and was pulled over by a state trooper. He insisted that I get off at the next exit. Every time I tried to inquire about what my infraction was, he yelled and yelled and yelled at me. He said he should give me 4 tickets, He never told me why I was being pulled over. And as I'm looking at him, I'm looking at my daughter Nadia. I asked her to call her sister. I asked her to turn on her video. And because I sat in this car, in this truck at night, completely defenseless. And as much as I've been doing this work for decades, all I keep thinking about is what if? What if I made a slight move? What if Nadia had made a slight move? We would have been defenseless. We would have been defenseless. And all I kept thinking about was Sandra Bland. And this has been so triggering. And I have wrestled with whether or not to share this with the commission. But I want you all to know how important the work, how important this work is. And I also thought about you, Commissioner Tucker. And I am beyond fearful and beyond enraged, having to show up in life every day as a Black woman. I could not have been more deferential. I could not have been more acquiescent. I could not have been more eloquent. And all I kept asking was, what is the infraction? Why am I being pulled over? I did not ask why he should have given me 4 tickets. He did not give me 4 citations. I strategically did not ask that question because every time I asked something, he became more enraged. And I just wanted to put that in the space that, just as we're visiting the trauma of Mr. George Floyd's trial, this literally recently happened to my family.
Barbara, I'm definitely sorry to even just have to be in your presence where you tell that story over again. But I would encourage you to follow whatever processes that they have in place to lodge your complaint. And I know people say it's hard, it's cumbersome, but I just think that you got to do that. And again, I'm sorry that you had to even experience something like that. I wish you much peace.
I have to echo that, Barbara. I can't even believe it. And I mean, I can believe it, unfortunately, but I just am so sorry. I say this all the time, like if I post something maybe on Facebook or if I try to join in and, a protest or I do whatever, I am exhausted and I'm white and I'm exhausted for you all, with you all. I'm saddened. My heart breaks, but also this is not, my exhaustion is like, as this privileged white person that gets to live this life and like try to be, as my boy Tim Wise says, an aspiring ally, because with our whiteness, that's all we can try to be, as an aspiring ally. We'll never actually be able to be fully there because that privilege of whiteness is always with us. But my heart is broken, but also it encourages me that we have this commission whereby this kind of work can continue to be. And please, if there's anything I can do to support you structurally, humanly, as a friend, or any other way, please reach out to me. And so much love to you. And I'm so incredibly sorry that this is the world we still live in, and that being Black is something that is what makes you beautiful and what ends up being a burden for you all. I just don't, I have no words, but much love to you. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Barbara. And that's as a fellow Black woman, I'm just outraged at this, and we're standing behind you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Richmond. Thank you.
100%. I do have one other announcement, Marissa, Commissioner Rich. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
ahead, Janice.
Yes, yes, we
Thank
can
you.
hear you. Go.
Yeah, thank you. Just wanted to make sure. The Tennessee Language Center has approximately $10,000 in language access funds from the Frist Foundation that we'd like to share with nonprofits in the community. I mean, the Frist Foundation would. It was originally targeted for COVID-related activities, but now it's been brought into any nonprofit needs, for language access, translation, interpretation, those kind of needs, and we need to use it before the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30. So if you know of any organizations needing translation of documents or other intercultural communication, reach out to me. Thank you.
Janice, I know of an organization that might be interested, so
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Anything else?
Chair Richmond, I do want to share that Commissioner Dash is being reappointed. So we're excited to keep him at our table. Congratulations, Commissioner Dash. And
Glad to be here.
right, and new appointments from the mayor's office have been made. They're now awaiting council approval, and I will do an orientation with them before the first meeting. And I'll let you all know when that orientation will be, if any of you want to join. It will have to be done likely through, as a open meeting, particularly if the new commissioners have already been approved by council, but I'll let you know when that's going to happen. That's it for me.
Okay, any other final announcements? Going once? Going twice? Well, if not, then I guess we'll entertain, boy, we're early, and motion to adjourn.
So moved. That's Dr. Pryor.
Okay, your last act, official. All in favor?
In favor.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Well, thank you, everybody. That was a very quick meeting, and again, for those of you leaving, sorry to see you go, but good luck in the next round of whatever it is you're doing, and look forward to seeing everybody else back on whatever the first Monday in May is. Take it easy.
Thank
and
you.
see you next month.
Take
Grace,
care.
y'all.
Hopefully in person.
Bye. Masalema.